Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Michael Maney begins now.
Good evening. There are growing concerns around the longevity and sustainability of urgent care clinics in Tasmania. It's another sticking point for a health system already buckling under pressure, with fears GP shortages could make the matter even worse.
Designed to take some pressure off our overrun emergency departments, the state's urgent care clinics are themselves feeling the stress.
Very steady demand of 55, 60 patients a day, 365 days a year, and up to into 80s even.
The current model is being labelled a band-aid solution, only funded for 40 patients per day. But the root diagnosis is a lack of upcoming GPs to help sustain the longevity of urgent care operations.
So urgent care clinics in a way are the wrong answer to not even the right question. The underlying cause is the shortage of general practitioners, and if we don't solve that, the entire backbone of the health system is going to collapse.
In more unwanted news, AMA Tasmania warns the chronic GP shortage is likely to worsen.
And we're facing a desperate shortage of GPs in the next 10 years. It's estimated something like 11,000 less.
The state government is joining the health body's calls for more solutions, wanting its federal counterparts to address funding concerns.
What we want is for these clinics to be scaled up to meet demand. We want the federal government to step up to the plate in terms of primary health care.
We have to incentivise people into general practice and try and get the people who are training to be other disciplines to turn around.
The Federal Health Minister says the government is improving programs and supporting innovative models of multidisciplinary care, and urgent care clinics are taking pressure off Tasmanian hospitals, ensuring patients get the care they need and where they need it. Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
Police say speed and risk-taking behaviour may be the likely cause of a fatal crash in Launceston last night. A 31-year-old Newstead man died in hospital after his motorcycle collided with an SUV at an Invermay intersection just after 5 o'clock. Tasmania Police say this latest fatality serves as a reminder to not take any risks on the road.
This is a classic example of where a split-second decision of taking a risk has most likely ended in someone losing their life.
The driver of the SUV was also taken to Launceston Hospital, where she was treated for shock. Investigations are continuing. A warning: the following story contains graphic details. A man charged with causing grievous bodily harm to a 10-month-old baby faced court today in Hobart. Daniel John Ridges is alleged to have caused harm by violently shaking him and dropping him into his cot. The 25-year-old was not granted bail today at an out-of-hours hearing and will face a magistrate tomorrow. A Launceston laundry business has gone up in flames. Crews were called to George's Dry Cleaners shortly before 4 o'clock this afternoon, finding the premises engulfed. Devastated owners watching on as firefighters scramble to salvage the business. York Street between Charles and St John Streets was closed. The dry cleaners were shut at the time of the blaze. Damage caused is yet to be determined. Rebecca White's declared Labor has the best candidates possible to return the party to power. On Friday, it announced its slate of candidates for the next state election. The party is missing popular Hobart City Councillor Ryan Posselt, and as well as former leader and current MP David O'Byrne, who she'd long opposed the return of.
Well, the position has been very clear. I've been very clear in my position, and now the National Executive's been very clear in theirs.
She's also backed Chris Lynch's pre-selection despite a historical drugs charge, saying he's been open about his past and dedicated his life supporting people. Tas Networks has defended proposed network charge hikes set to hit customers next year. Small businesses are expected to pay $170 more, with household bills going up by $80. Labor's warning about the impact after large increases in the past 2 years.
We need to make sure we've got a Tasmanian power system here that provides the lowest prices possible for our employers, for small businesses and households.
The business is less profitable and does create challenges for us in terms of investing in the future, investing in innovation and investing in our staff.
Tas networks say the average increase for businesses over 5 years will be lower. They also believe major factors are insurance and cyber security costs, as well as inflation. Kingston Beach Golf Club will host the state's first ever blind golf championships next February. Tasmania's newly formed association held Come and Try event today in anticipation.
It's like a chicken and egg, really. We are creating the organisation so that we can get further participation.
We want people of all abilities to be able to access sport as well, and that's why this announcement is so important.
This version of the game has a slight rule modification, with players allowed a caddy to help them. And Tasmanians living with a disability were given a chance to try sailing at the Derwent Sailing Squadron at Sandy Bay. It's part of International Day of People with Disabilities, which promotes community awareness, understanding and acceptance. Participants given a chance to sail on keel boats, and accessible dinghies also showcased. The Jack Jumpers are now in second place on the NBL ladder after a statement win over Adelaide. The 36ers scored only 6 points in a dire second quarter, Tasmania in full control for the entire match.
The Jackies have outclassed the 36ers in recent matchups, and just minutes into last night's clash, it was headed the same way. An ex-36er opening the scoring.
Here's Anthony Drimick to start things up against his former team.
Effortless basketball powering Tasmania to a 10-point lead by the first break. Isaac Humphries helped himself to 2 as the 36ers closed the gap to 6. But Adelaide were hit with the mother of all cold streaks, just as Jack McVeigh got lucky.
And one goes. Oh, that's the friendliest bounce.
Scoreless for 7 minutes and 21 seconds. The Jack Jumpers going on a 16-0 run.
Here's Crawford upstairs to McVeigh, who hammers it home and loves it.
The defence locked in with the lead peaking at 37 midway through the third quarter.
Here's Lee hammering it home.
The final score 94-59. The coach pleased with the relentless effort.
I think we were up around 20 at halftime, and to still win the third quarter by 10 more points was a good sign for us.
Tasmania now sits second on the NBL ladder. Next up, a trip to New Zealand to face the Breakers. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian revheads converged on Symmons Plains for the northern leg of the Autocraft 6-hour endurance motorsport event. 27 amateur teams raced cars up to the value of $1,000, aimed at beginners wishing to get into motor racing. It's the second time the Northern Tasmanian track held the event.
Good evening. An overcast morning with some drizzly showers about the south and east. It turned into a partly cloudy day about the southeast and mostly cloudy elsewhere. Today, Hobart and Burnie both 19, Launceston 23, Devonport 20 degrees. Further out, the state's top today was 24 at Bushy Park, Flinders Island, Smithton and Grove all 21, King Island, Low Head, St Helens, Friendly Beaches and Strawn all 20, 18 for Marai Island and 17 in Lyweenie. Areas of low cloud are over most of Tasmania except the southeast, where we can see only minimal cloud. A few isolated patches of high cloud are slowly moving over the state. Thunderstorms are brewing though over most parts of the tropics except for the far west, also about central Queensland coast and far southern parts of the New South Wales coast. Tomorrow, a high passes over the Tasman Sea, extending a ridge over eastern Victoria and New South Wales. Northeast to northwesterly winds 15 to 25 knots, tending west to southwesterly in the west during the evening. Mild swells in the west and south, building to 1.5 metres. A strong wind warning has been issued tomorrow from St Helens Point to Tasman Island. Partly cloudy in Hobart tomorrow, 24 degrees, 24 and cloudy also in Dover, much the same in Ouse, they're expecting 26. Cloud extending across the north, Launceston 23, Devonport 20, Scottsdale chasing a maximum of 21 degrees. Burnie also cloudy, 18, similar in Strawn 24, partly cloudy conditions for Stanley, 21's the top. St Helens and Swansea partly cloudy 23, cloudy also in Ross 23 degrees. Forecast for Tuesday, showers about the west, fine elsewhere. Wednesday, morning showers continue to the west, otherwise fine. Thursday, fine apart from possible morning showers about the west also. Looking further north tomorrow, the mercury is soaring in Alice Springs, sunny and 39 degrees, the top. Sunny also in Broome, 34, 25 and partly cloudy in Sydney. Warming up in Adelaide, they're expecting 34 degrees. Current conditions this Sunday evening, Hobart partly cloudy 19, also 19 in Launceston, mostly sunny however in Devonport. Wishing you all a happy and safe week ahead. Michael?
Thanks for that, Kai. Well, that is all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.